Fine day to you, traveller. You've come for a tale, have you? My, you've stopped by at the right time, because have I got a tale for you. There's been some strife in the town this week. You've missed it all. Oh, don't look so glum. Sit down, grab an ale. I'll tell you all about it. There are many ways in which a man might dream of escape. Some choose the road, some the sea, and some, like poor Osbert, found it in the shape of a single pig. Sit with me for a moment, and I'll tell you how that beast led him from drudgery to infamy. For this is a tale of wile and cunning, of deception and true love. This particular market trader lived a life more sour than most, and it was his wife, Hilda, who, unfortunately for him, kept the vinegar flowing. Each morning she spat complaints as readily as she ladled porridge, that the roof still leaked, that his stall still sagged, that his sales were no better than a monk's vow to poverty. Osbert, by contrast, wore a permanent glaze in his eyes, the kind of look that suggested he wasn't hearing a word of it. For truth be told, he wasn't. When Hilda scolded him, Osbert just daydreamed instead of warmer skies and friendlier faces. He often spoke of his cousin, wealthy as a bishop's cat, who lived far off in a place where the air was always scented with rosemary and women, who Osbert imagined were free with their smiles. Osbert pictured himself strolling among them, hat tilted, rascally, a man admired for his wit rather than pitied for his poor turnips. But reality always dawned with the whip of Hilda's voice. "Osbert, you old dolt! Mind the stall!" That morning the market was lean. Only a few villagers wandered the stalls, purses drawn tight, muttering about short harvests and bad weather. Osbert polished the snout of his prize pig, a wiry little creature that rooted grumpily at its tether. "Fine beast, this one," he said to a passing villager, laying it on thick. "Fat enough to feed a family all winter." Luckily, the villager agreed. After much humming and hawing, coins were passed into Osbert's hand, and Osbert promised the pig would be delivered by week's end. Feeling relieved with himself, he sat down onto his stool and dozed off for a moment, dreaming of visiting his cousin, no doubt. When he came to, the widow Marjorie was standing over him. She looked at the pig, stroked its wiry back, and asked, eyes shining, if it might be for sale. Bleary-eyed and just coming to, Osbert gave a nod, quite forgetting the deal he'd struck only just before. He took her coin and watched her turn and walk away. When the realization eventually dawned upon him, she'd already wandered too far. He looked at the pig looked at Osbert. Still tied to its post, it returned to rummaging in the straw, as if it knew trouble was brewing. Osbert trudged home, the clink of the ill-gotten coin heavy in his pocket. He had meant, he told himself, to come clean the moment he crossed the threshold. His wife would screech, of course, but better her screech than the noose of a bailiff. But when the door eventually creaked open, the cottage air was thick with her voice. She was hunched over the hearth, peeling onions with unnecessary violence. "Well, did you sell anything today?" she snapped without turning. Osbert hesitated, thumb stroking the edge of the coin. Of course not, useless man. What would you do if I didn't run this household? Starve, that's what. You'd let us waste away while your fine cousin in the south gorges himself on grapes and venison." Her tongue lashed on, and Osbert's voice shrank to nothing. His intended confession lodged in his throat like a bone. Each barb drove in deeper, worthless, spineless, dreamer. By the time he slipped out again, the coin that still burned in his pocket no longer felt like a burden. Instead, like a key. An escape, no less. The thought rattled him, thrilling and dreadful. Why return it when the world itself beckoned? His cousin's estate in the south, ripe with figs, awash with wine, seemed closer now than ever. If one accidental sale could open the door, what might a few more achieve? So he didn't stop there. 2 more sales the next day, 2 the following day, 3 the day after. Everyone in the tavern was talking about how they were buying pigs from Osbert. That's when I first heard about it. So, as far as they were concerned, that's exactly what they were getting. And as far as Osbert was concerned, it was all going to plan. Saturday came and all the villagers rushed down to the market to collect their bacon. I was intrigued to see so many swine myself all in one place, so we ventured down, but what I found was not at all what we expected. Instead of a pen brimming with hogs, there was but one, the same single pig that they'd all seen snuffling in the market, as if it didn't have a care in the world. And next to it, bound to the same post, was Osbert himself. Naked as the day he was born, an apple crammed into his mouth, a note swinging from his neck. Hastily scrawled in a woman's hand, the note read, "From Hilda. Dear friends and patrons, I have unexpectedly come into a large sum of money. I intend to make good use of this newfound prosperity and seek handsome company where the sun shines and the men are taller. Here you find my ex-husband Osbert. May he provide for you as he has provided for me." There was a moment of bafflement, which eventually rang out as a single voice. "That's my pig!" I promptly stepped away and let the chaos ensue. Well, my friend, that's all I've got time for. The roads are long and winding, but they have a way of crossing again. So when next you find yourself wandering this way, you'll know where to find me. Safe travels.